Alrighty, another draft, another day, another draft. Welcome to Stuff It, a fantasy basketball podcast brought to you by FanDuel, brought to you by Fantrax, part of the Old Man Squad. Please go and subscribe to the Old Man Squad YouTube channel. Give this episode, give all of my episodes, all of the Old Man Squad episodes a thumbs up. And find us on the audio platforms. Go and download Spotify, Apple, wherever it is. If you are listening along, go and find us on YouTube and do the same thing. We are, 4 minutes away. We're doing a mock draft today. It is the Rotoworld industry analyst mock. So there's 12. It is 12? Yes, it is 12 analysts in this league. Let me see if I know most of the guys in here. Zach Hanshu, Nick Schlein, Josh Lloyd, Eric Samuelski. There's a few Rotoworld guys in here, so not sort of the guys that are typically in my mocks. Dan Bethbris, Raphael Johnson, George Bissell, Alex Barutha, DT, I'm assuming, is Dan Titus, Noah, Ruben, myself, and Puppy Roy. So what's the draft doing here? It's resetting. Oh, we're 3 minutes away. It's probably doing something. Oh, we're getting a winning video from Dan Titus. Yeah, I don't need to watch that. So how are we going to go? I'm picking from pick 11 today. I'm not sure what direction I'm going to go in. Whether I'll go with my usual punt and just fine-tune some things, so that would be punting points, threes, assists, and free throws, or do I go in the other direction and punt big man stats and just target points, assists, threes, steals, and free throw percentage? Very different. Picking at 11 could determine which direction I go. Anthony Davis, Trae Young would be my two preferred targets. At 11, there's a pretty good chance that neither of them are available to me, if we're being honest, which will leave me sort of, I don't know, it'll leave me at a bit of a crossroads early. Do I go with like a Devin Booker and a Tyrese Maxey pairing, something like that early on, or vice versa if I go in that other direction? It would be Amen Thompson and someone, potentially Evan Mobley. He's sort of a top 15 player. We'll see. We'll see where we sit when we get to pick 11. This obviously only a mock, so we're not playing for sheep stations here. A reminder before we get into the draft that today's episode is brought to you by FanDuel. Head over to sportsbook.fanduel.com. All of the season betting totals, things are up there. There's plenty to look at. It relates to fantasy. I mean, read through it. Who is their favourite for most improved player? Who is their favourite for sixth man of the year? Have a look at all of those odds. Have a look how that translates to fantasy. Are these guys that we should be bumping up or knocking down? So, yeah, you've got a week pretty much. I think we're maybe exactly 7 days away, roughly, give or take an hour or so, from the start of the regular season. So head over to sportsbook.fanduel.com, get your bets in today. 30 seconds. Let's bring it up there. Do we want to see me? We probably don't really need. I'll leave me there. If I think my head's getting in the way, I'll move it. So you can see the draft order there down the left. And yes, I am at 11 and 14. Let me just check. It is not third round reversal. I don't even think Fantrax does. I don't even think Yahoo offers third round reversal. So we don't need to concern ourselves with that. We've got 1 minute picks, it looks like. So this will probably be an hour-ish. Wemby goes 1. I like it. I'm not against it. Jokic has been probably the consensus number 1, but I'm absolutely fine with Wemby going there. We then had Jokic, we then had Shea, so nothing surprising. Then Luka. Giannis probably goes next, but maybe, who is it? Dan. Who's Dan going to go with? No, he goes with Anthony Edwards at 5. Okay, interesting. Cade would be another one. I think they're the 3. I have Anthony Davis in that discussion, but he generally doesn't go in that little bunch there. He normally falls a little bit. Giannis does go at 6. Anthony Davis. Okay, well, Anthony Davis isn't there. There goes Cade. We are 2 picks away. I'm not confident I'm going to get Trae at all. There goes. Oh, okay. Devin Booker goes early. I don't like that. I mean, I don't mind it in terms of him going at pick 9, but yeah, let's see which direction Noah goes in here. I saw I was drafting next to Noah, and I hate it because he knows exactly who I want, depending on my build. But yeah, he has a pretty good idea. We've worked together enough that he's familiar with my strategies. In saying that, I'm pretty sure. Oh, okay. Ooh, he took James Harden. So Trae is there for me if I want to go this path. You know what? Let's do it. Let's go a Trae build just to mix things up. I've obviously done a lot of those punt guard builds. Let's go in the other direction here. Now I know straight away that my issue here is going to be steals, so I am going to need to balance steals and assists, while also getting points. If you're going to lean into this build, you need to get points. You need to get points early. It does mean that guys like Cam Thomas get a bump for me. So certain players that are points and threes only, they're pretty limited. Puppy Roy goes with a men. Okay. Yeah, so I'm probably going to go Tyrese Maxey here. Could also look at Steph Curry, Donovan Mitchell, handful of guys, but I'll go Maxey. I like Trae and Maxey as a opening pair, but already you can sort of see that steals is something I'm just going to have to focus on a little bit because neither Maxey nor Trae are elite in steals. I won't say they're bad, but they're not elite. So Dyson would be a really good fit from a steals perspective, but the free throws are not great. The points are not great. So it's sort of, do I throw all of my eggs in one basket with him and then try and build those other categories up? Or do I try to chip away at steals a bit more and draft players that are going to get 1.4, 1.5, 1.3, rather than just targeting a guy that's going to get me 2.5? It's a decision to be made. I tend to go with Dyson, but maybe I'll go in a different direction and see if I can... because steals are a category we can load up late in a lot of drafts. We're only going, I think we're going 13 rounds in this one, so fairly standard. Now, something else to remember, and I was looking at this before we even came into the draft, is that this is a 2-center league. Now, I certainly wouldn't recommend having a 2-center league. I don't know why. I guess because it's the default. They want this to reflect what a default league looks like. But if you are running your league on Yahoo, I would suggest changing that setting. Even just having designated guard positions, point guard, shooting guard, and then small forward, power forward. I don't even like that anymore. I much prefer 2 guards or 3 guards rather than the specific allocations. 1 center is enough. It's positionless basketball. So that is going to be a challenge for me, is getting 2 centers in this build, because it's not a center-friendly build. Someone like, it's going to depend on on position eligibility. Jaren Jackson's not a bad fit in this build if he's available at, what am I at, 35, which he probably won't be. Depends if people are down on him for that injury, for the injury risk. He would be someone I'd look at. We've still got a while here, so let's just look at centers. So yes, Jaren Jackson is a fairly good fit here. Porzingis is another one who I will probably consider. And what have I got? 35 and 38. So I'm fine taking Porzingis in that range there. Vooch is another one. Do I get my two centers early with my sort of within the top 5 picks? I feel like that's probably going to hurt me. So I get maybe one early and then grab John Collins, Naz Reid late. Jabari Smith is a guy that interests me in this build because he is center eligible. He'll hit some threes. He doesn't hurt my free throws. His points are sort of average. So he doesn't necessarily help me, but he doesn't hurt me either, which a lot of centers do. All right, so let's bring up all the players here. Earlier in the season or earlier in the draft season, LaMelo may have fallen to me here, but that's not going to be the case. Almost certainly, people are starting to lean into LaMelo a little bit. Mike Bibby for 3. I'm pretty sure that's Zach Hanshu, if I remember correctly. And he goes with Jalen Williams. So yeah, look, I probably need to get a center here and then a forward eligible player if possible, but not essential. It is good to start filling out the positions. And like I said, I would have very different position settings. So I think I'll look at Jaren Jackson or Kristaps Porzingis if either of those guys are available. And then LaMelo is still sitting there, but we are, 10 picks away. So yeah, chances are he won't be there. There goes Scotty Barnes. Should recap some of these picks, shouldn't I? It's hard when I'm watching. I'll do it after my next 2 picks because then there'll be a bit of a gap. So there goes LaMelo to Josh Lloyd at 27. That's fine. Look, let's have a look at, as I said, points are sort of pretty key at this point. I want to get points early. Fox would be a really nice target if he wasn't injured. Do I still take him at 35? He's a good defensive numbers. Let's go back to, I don't know how they normally sort things here. We're still waiting for someone. Eric Samuelski. All right, we've got Dan Bespris on the clock now. So I'll start queuing up players soon, I think. I'm not too concerned just yet. I've got options. There goes Dyson. Okay, so that sort of takes that decision out of my hands. So here I'm probably, what are we at, 32? I'm going to throw Austin Reeves in my queue just after I said I wouldn't be doing a queue. Brandon Miller. Oh, no, not Zion. I'll throw De'Aaron Fox in there. I'll throw Trae Murphy in there. Trae Murphy is a decent fit here as well. We're up to Noah. So I'm going to get one of my centers here. The question is now, do I take the center, my preferred center now, which is I don't know who it is, to be honest. Both have a little bit of injury risk. Porzingis obviously has a higher injury risk. But I also think Porzingis, is he a better fit? All right, let's go with Porzingis. I think usually I would go with, and again, I can't move him into centre, but I'm treating him as a centre here. So if you're looking over at the positions here, I have a centre spot filled now. I would normally go Jaren there. I think a little bit safer, but I think Porzingis has looked really good. There goes Jaren Jackson next. Okay, so Puppy Roy with thinking along similar lines. So my next pick, I think, will be De'Aaron Fox, Austin Reeves potentially. Ja Morant is there as well. Oh, there goes Fox. Okay, so it's not Fox. So do I go with Ja Morant, take a little bit of a risk? Do I go with Austin Reeves? I think he's a bit safer. Because I didn't go with Jaren, I guess I could go with Ja here. Let's pop him in the queue. Oh, it's balancing a lot of things in my head. I'm balancing points, steals. They're the main two things, threes as well. Assists I'm not too worried about at this stage because I got Trae. Let's go with actually, you know what? I'll go with Austin Reeves because I think he's going to have a really good start to the season, and I just think his overall game is a little bit better from the free throw line, and even once LeBron is back, whenever that time comes, I think Austin Reeves will still be really good. To get him at 38, I think that's fine. I think he's a top 30 player, so I'm okay there. All right, let's recap some of the picks. Oh yeah, this is an easy way to do it. Is this in order? Oh yeah. All right, so we had Wemby, Jokic, Shea, Luka as our top four. Anthony Edwards went to Dan Bespris, Giannis, Anthony Davis, Cade Cunningham, Devin Booker, James Harden, Trae Young, and Karl Anthony Towns. No real surprises there. Amen Thompson goes at 13. That's sort of high-ish, but I'm okay with it. I took Maxey, Steph Curry, Donovan Mitchell, Kevin Durant, Jalen Johnson, Evan Mobley, Domantas Sabonis, Josh Giddey, Alperen Şengün, Jalen Brunson, and Jalen Williams. Not a lot in there to break down. I mean, Giddey, that's where he's going now. He's going in the sort of high to mid 20s. So if you want him, you're going to have to reach up and grab him. 23 for Brunson is maybe it's slightly high for me, but it's not terrible. Anyone else? Sabonis, he's sort of settled into this back-end second-round player. I think, much like me, I think a lot of people are just very off of Sacramento. Third round, we had Paolo Banchero at 25, followed by Scotty Barnes, LaMelo Ball, Pascal Siakam, Derek White, Jamal Murray, Dyson Daniels, Chet Holmgren, Bam Adebayo, Cooper Flagg at 34 to Noah, Kristaps Porzingis, Jaren Jackson. Now, 34 for Flagg is about as high as I've seen him go. He typically goes in the fourth round, not the third round, but Noah obviously probably was a bit concerned that he wouldn't come back to him at 39. So he took him, which is okay. I mean, he's looked good in the preseason. So I'm not angry with that pick, but I think it's fine. All right, and we are, what are we, sort of halfway through the fourth round. De'Aaron Fox, I took Austin Reeves, Franz Wagner, Ja Morant, Denny Avdia, Jaylen Brown, Trey Murphy, Kawhi Leonard, LeBron James, and Kobe White. And Ivica Zubac just went. And we are pretty much at the end of the 4th round now. So my team looks like this: Trae Young, Austin Reeves, Tyrese, Maxey. So I've got three really good guards there, and I've got Kristaps Porzingis as my center, who will give me the threes and the free throws and the points. I still don't have a forward, so I'm going to have to grab one. Hopefully with my next pick, I'm at 59 and 62. What categories? Look, I think assists I'm pretty good, threes I'm pretty good, free throws I'm pretty good. So it is going to, as predicted, going to be points and steals that I need to be targeting for the next couple of picks. And who have we got? I mean, there's some older players like a Paul George, Jimmy Butler, those guys, but I'm actually going to go through and just start setting up my queue based on some of these categories that I like, or that I need to be targeting, and guys that I think I can get at value potentially later in drafts. Who else have we got here? So you'll see I've thrown in Shaden Sharp, Cam Thomas, Anthony Simons, Julius Randle. I'll put Norm Powell in there as well. OG Anunoby is a pretty good fit for this build. He gets steals, he gets threes. The points aren't elite, but if I could get, with my next pick, if I can get a 20-plus point scorer, I mean, Brandon Miller would be ideal. I really don't think he's going to be there, but, well, fingers crossed. There goes Jimmy Butler. And we are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 picks away from me. Someone else I could actually throw in here is Reed Shepherd. Dan Besbris. He must be drafting old players, is he? Where is he? Let's have a look at Dan's team. Kawhi Leonard, Jimmy Butler. 2 pretty old guys. Not terrible, though. There goes Darius Garland. There goes Nikola Vucevic. We don't want to sort by... Yeah, there we go. Sort by expert rank. Barutha. Damn, it got close. I hate when it gets... I would rather him have gone half a round ago, so I had time to plan a little bit more. So we're into the 50s, 60s. So I'm okay with OG in this range. I don't think anyone else is going to go with OG. And then I'm sort of looking for points pretty much. Most players that I get in this range that score are going to hit threes as well. So I don't need to actively sort by threes or anything like that. Okay, here goes Lowry Markkinen. Let's just pop OG in there so I've got that ready to go. All right. I probably will end up taking OG here just while I hunt around and see. I don't know. I mean, Jalen Green is there. He's very boring. He is a good fit in this build, though. He's probably going to be over 20 points a game. The assists, well, they'll be fine. His free throws aren't as good as I would like them to be, but they're not terrible either. I'll go with OG because I'm pretty sure no one is going to draft Jalen Green here. I'll pop him in my queue. Yeah, we're going to be into the 80s for my next pick. So a lot of the guys I'm looking at, considering quickly here, Peyton Pritchard is another one that I could look at. I'm wanting 20 point. I've said it. I mean, it's ad nauseum, but I'm wanting 20 plus point per game scorers. And there are still a few of them floating around. Cam Thomas is an obvious one, but I'm hoping I can get him. There goes Pritchard, so I'm not looking at him. I'm hoping I can get Cam Thomas with my next pick at sort of in that 80 range. Who went? Oh, Emmanuel Quickly. Okay, well, I'm not looking at him either. Is this too late for Tyler Hero? Too early, sorry, for Tyler Hero. Because we know he's not going to play. Let's go with, do I go Jalen Green? Not a lot of defensive upside with him. I did get OG though, so Jordan Poole is there. I don't know. Do I go Poole maybe? Where is Poole? Jordan Poole. Let's throw him in the queue. Yeah. I'll go with Poole. I don't love it, but I don't hate it. I'm fine. There's not a lot of upside there, just if we're looking at general rank and positioning. But in this build, I do think he's sort of a top 30 player. The steals from last season would be nice if they could stick to some degree. So 1.1, 1.2, that would be nice. He'll get some assists because they don't really have a great point guard. So he's probably going to be 4 to 5 assists. 5 would be nice. All right, let's recap some more picks. Where did we get up to before? So we sort of ended out that 4th round. We got up to Kobe White, I think. Ivica Zubac and Joel Embiid ends the 4th round. He goes to Zach. Now, does Zach... Oh, Zach has Wemby. So, yeah, that's fine. All right, so the 5th round, we had Zion at 49, followed by Desmond Bain, Miles Turner, Jalen Duren. Pretty high for Jalen Duren. I don't mind it, but that's about as high as I've seen him go. Jimmy Butler, Darius Garland, Nikola Vucevic, Brandon Miller, Jarrett Allen, Lauri Markkanen, OG Anunoby, and Peyton Pritchard. We're into the 6th round now. Emmanuel Quickly, Jordan Poole, Brandon Ingram, Miles Bridges. Miles Bridges has looked very good through the preseason. He was sort of on my radar there, but I think with my next 2 picks, I think my assists are probably still fine. My 3s are fine. So it is, if I can get 2 more good scorers, then I think I can then lean into those steals later in the draft and not be as concerned about points. So what are we at? 83 and 86 for my next 2 picks. So I would love to get Cam Thomas and possibly Norm Powell with those picks. Neither of those guys are great for assists, so I do still have to get a second center. So do I consider Julius Randle if he's there? I don't think he will be there. I don't think people are super high on him, but he will typically go inside the top 80. All right, who else can we throw in here? Buzelis, he's not a bad fit. Mathurin, I could maybe get him late. I'm very not high. That's bad English. I'm not very high on Benedict Mathurin, but he is going to have an opportunity this season to do his thing. Let's do some sorting and queuing. Kevin Porter, D'Angelo Russell. So I'm sort of looking at late point guards here, late round point guards who I can't bring myself to add Dennis Schroeder. I've got Reed Shepherd on there already. Andrew Nembhard is another one. He will probably be available if I wanted to have a look at him. sort of a mixture, bit of defense, good assists, scoring is fine. So do I look at someone like a Nemhard and a Cam Thomas potentially? Definitely an option there. My next pick after that isn't until 107. Look, there's a chance Reed Shepherd is sitting there at 107. I wouldn't count on it, though. This is certainly a knowledgeable bunch in this draft. Let's sort by steals. Cason Wallace, I like. ADP of 124. Tamani Kamara, he's not bad in this build. All right. Okay, let's just jump back in here. We're pretty much at the end of the sixth round. We got up to Miles Bridges, so we then had Zach LaVine at 65, Walker Kessler, Michael Porter Jr., DeAndre Ayton, DeMar DeRozan, Jakob Poeltl, and Josh Hart. Porter, I think per game, that's fine for Michael Porter, but I do worry that he's only going to play 60 or 55 games. So, bit of a concern. DeAndre Ayton to Dan Bespris, good value at 68, I think. Oh, Cam Thomas, really, Zach? Oh. Yeah, not a fan. Not a fan, Zach. If it is Zach, I'm barely certain it's Zach. Yeah, all right. So we're probably, we're about a round away from me now. Do I need to fill out my center spot? Let's have a look at players and centers. Who fits my build? Centers that fit my build who are available late. Kongwu is okay. Pop him in there. Oh, Randall's gone. Yeah, that's not really surprising. See, the risk here, I suppose, is how late do I leave it to get my second center? I'm almost of the mindset where I don't care because I actually wouldn't play in a league with two centers, but I know a lot of people do. And I'd almost be okay, like just not drafting a second center and grabbing. Oh, there goes Nemhard to Dan Bespris. Have a word with him. That is one issue with drafting close to the turn is there is so long between your picks, 20 picks, that your queue can be wiped out. It can look good, and then it's gone. Norm Powell is probably here for me. There goes Jalen Green. So he almost fell to me. I think Norm Powell here will be someone that I prioritize just because I think he's going to score a lot of points initially. I just think it's too early to go for Reed Shepherd. I'm okay with Powell though in this range. I mean, do I go Norm Powell and Tyler Hero? Almost handcuffing the two of them together. That's an option. Let's see who Noah goes with here. He goes with Donovan Clingan. All right, so Norm Powell is sitting there. Let's just get him up the top so he's ready to go. 83 for Norm Powell. That's okay. Looking at assists, I just want to, like I said, I don't need to focus on assists, but I also just need to keep them in the back of my mind. All right, we'll go with Norm Powell. He is forward eligible too, so that's nice. And then, yeah, this is where I would have wanted Nemhard, but he is gone. Let's just sort by assists again. And you'll see here, just looking at the list of players. Oh, this is centers. Hang on. The list of players here, there's not a lot when it comes to assists late. There's the odd one or two, but they're guys that really won't help you anywhere else. Like Isaiah Collier, sure, good for assists, but does nothing else. Let's see. Kevin Porter is there. D'Angelo Russell. This is where I'd be looking at Scoot. Let's get Kevin Porter there. This is where I'd be looking at Scoot if he was available, but he's obviously injured. We don't know how long he's going to miss. 86. What do I do? I'm going to go Kevin Porter, and I hate it already. Hate it. Yeah, I'm annoyed now that I had to take Porter there. Look, I mean, per game, if he plays 30 minutes, 28 minutes, I think that'll be okay. But I've said on my shows and on other people's shows that I really want Ryan Rowlands to push for that starting point guard spot, and which goes against me picking Kevin Porter. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Let's jump back into the picks. Where did we get up to? I'm not sure. Let's start with the 7th round. I think, because we went Cam Thomas at the end of the 6th. So Shaden Sharp, Julius Randle, Asar Thompson, Christian Brown, Andrew Nemhard, Paul George, Jalen Green, Alex Sarr, Rudy Gobert, Donovan Clingan, Norm Powell, and Mikal Bridges. And halfway through the 8th round, Mattis Buzelis, Kevin Porter, still makes me sad, Onyeka Okongwu, Cam Johnson, Mark Williams, Khalil Ware. All right, let's just go back to ranks here. Let's have a look. I'll throw Tyler Hero in my queue. I feel like he'll probably go in this next 15, whatever we are away from me, picks. I still don't have that second center. Like I said, I'm not too concerned if I don't get a second center. Why would you do that, Puppy Roy? Why would you put in the chat, no one likes Hero? Because now someone is going to go, oh, I like Hero. Yes, good, Josh Lloyd. Don't say players' names. Exactly. Drafting in any draft, you want to hope that certain managers overlook players or are a bit cautious, as you can see, I've got it sorted by expert rank here. But if you sort by rank, he drops down, way down. So you don't know what other people are doing. And there goes Tyler Hero. That's why Josh was annoyed, because he obviously had Tyler Hero in his queue and he didn't appreciate Puppy Roy mentioning Tyler Hero. So one piece of advice: don't put people's names in the chat there, players' names anyway, because it brings them front of mind, and that's where you find value in drafts, is by, as I said, people not drafting certain players. Okay, so we're almost at the end of the 8th round, just waiting on Zach. And then we will reevaluate and go through the picks. Picks. There we go. Okay, 8th round. So we got up to Khalil Ware, I think it was. Benedict Mathurin went with the 7th pick. John Collins, Santi Aldama, Tyler Hero, Anthony Simons, and CJ McCollum. So we're coming back to me now. let's have a look at standings. Let's sort. So free throws, I am first. Threes, I'm first. Points, I'm down a bit. Assists, I'm third. Steals, I'm fourth. So yeah, look, it's still points. In saying that, other than Kevin Porter, I think all of my players are probably going to be 20 or borderline 20 plus points per game scorers. But that's not, point, and that's where I really would have liked Cam Thomas. All right, so we're coming up on me. I think assists, steals, points are where I need to be focusing. There goes Tamani Kamara. So we don't have a lot of high volume scorers left on the board. Coming up on me, like 7 picks. Yep, Josh. Josh and Dan, a little back and forth there. Nice to see. All right, so we're looking at assists, steals, points. Assists and steals is pretty easy. Reed Shepherd will fill that void. Assists won't be. We're not talking 6 or 7 assists, but maybe 5. Points though is I mean, we're into the hundreds, almost 110. So finding players that score here is tough. And I wouldn't really base my picks on these ranks here, sorting by points. I mean, Zachary Risache is not going to be an elite, even close to an elite scorer. Keontae George is interesting, maybe. Beal is still sitting there. He's probably a decent scorer. Jaden Ivey. I don't mind Ivy. Let's throw Ivy in. I haven't actually drafted Ivy anywhere this season. A little bit of a forgotten man. Let's call him a forgotten man. Oh, and there he goes. Of course he does. I swear people hack into my... Oh, and there goes Reed Shepherd. Barutha again. Oh, now it's on me and I have no idea who I want. I hate everyone. Beal. God, that's depressing. This is why I don't hate this build, but in the other build that I go for, it is a lot easier to find value at this time of the draft. If you're targeting points and assists, everyone just grabs guards late because they're hard to get early. This is a tough area to draft with these guys. Look, I mean, I don't like Bradley Beal at all, do I? Keontae George. I've got Beal up there. 107. Oh, yuck. Sure. I'll go Beal, but again, much like my Kevin Porter pick, it's disgusting. I hate it. Look, if nothing else, this has probably pushed me away from targeting these players. A lot easier to punt these guard stats than target them, I think. If you're in two minds about what decision, which way to go, I would consider choosing option, A or B, depending on. All right, who do we want here? What are we up to? 110. I mean, Is it too early for Case and Wallace? It probably is, but again, another reason I hate drafting on this back turn, because I think it's too early for him, but I also don't think he'll be there at 130. Yeah, I'm just going to draft Case and Wallace there. I don't hate it as much as I hate the Beal pick. Case and Wallace, I think he's going to play a lot of minutes this season, and he'll just do more. He's just better. He's a year older. I think he'll be involved a bit more offensively. I'm not expecting a lot. It hurts my points production getting him. He's not really going to get a lot of assists. So I actually, this whole back end of my draft, Kevin Porter, Bradley Beal, Case and Wallace, I don't like it at all. I like the start of my draft, but it's tailed off badly. And this is where I would be getting players, for example, if I was punting the points categories, I could have, like, players that have gone off in this range. Let's jump in and have a look. Where did we get up to? I don't know. We'll start with the 9th round. Jalen Suggs, RJ Barrett, Tamani Kamara. So he would have been a great target where I took Kevin Porter, for example. Would have loved Tamani Kamara. Isaiah Hartenstein, Devin Vassell, Draymond Green, Jaden Ivey, Reed Shepherd, Tari Eason, another really good target. Zach Edey, another really good target. Bradley Beal, Nick Claxton. Then we had Derek Lively, Kaysen Wallace, Brandon Pajemski, Naz Reid, and Keontae George. So, yeah, Lively, another really good one. Wallace, who I took, he fits that build as well. Who do we have down in here? Mark Williams. Like, I would have had my centers off the board a lot earlier. Yeah, so definitely a lot more options. And I mean, options remaining. I mean, God, where is he in here? Mitchell Robinson, 50 blocks this season. Yeah, that's pretty good projecting, Yahoo. I think he plays. He's going to play more than 25 games, I would think. So definitely a lot. I think a lot more value in this back end range when you're punting the guard stats. If you look at the, I don't know. I mean, I know I'm going to need assists. It's just really, it's not appealing at all. I don't know. I guess I'll throw Drew Holiday in there. He's going to do a bit. Scoot. Sure. I mean, the injuries don't help. So TJ McConnell, Scoot Henderson being injured. Yeah, like they would be names I'd consider here if they were healthy, but they aren't. And it's, I mean, we are at the tail end of the draft. So, I mean, if you want to draft someone to go into your IR spot, sure. But is the upside high enough to warrant holding for a month on someone like a TJ McConnell? I don't know if it is. Sort by steals. Herb Jones is still there. He's a good steals guy. DiVincenzo, I did like him as a late rounder. Actually, let's Keyshawn George went. Oh, he just went. I swear I hate these guys. Come on. All right, let's have a look at that round. Is that where we got up to? Yeah, I'll recap the 10th round. So Derek Lively, Kaysen Wallace, Brandon Pajemski, Naz Reid, Keontae George, Jaden McDaniels, Keegan Murray, Andrew Wiggins, D'Angelo Russell, Tobias Harris, Drew Holiday. Well, I guess I'm not getting him. Keyshawn George goes there as well. So, yeah, look, where are my strengths? Let's jump back into the standings. I'm assuming my free throws and threes are still fine, and they are. My points, points not great. Assists pretty good, steals pretty good. So it is still points according to this. But I actually Yeah, I'm okay with points. I'm not going to read too much into the Yahoo stats here. Just looking at my team, other than Case and Wallace, Anunoby, I suppose. I've got a lot of 20 point scorers there, so I'm okay. Still haven't filled that second centre spot. Decent chance I don't. All right. Who are we looking at in this range here? Herb Jones just went, so I'm not getting Herb Jones. Do I take a rookie? Do I look at someone like a VJ Edgecombe here? Sam Hauser is floating around. There's just so little upside with a lot of these guys in this build. There is upside if you're punting the right categories. Do I take Scoot? How many forward eligible players have I got here? Beal is forward eligible. Yeah, not a lot. Oh, okay. Tatum just got drafted. Sure. What are we? 3 picks away from me. I don't know. Do I consider like a Ty Jerome even? Yeah. I just don't know how much they're going to play. Actually, you know who I will take? So what are we up to? 11. I'm going to throw him in here. I feel like he'll probably go. I'm going to throw Bryce Sensabaugh in there. Yeah. I don't know. I'm potentially weirdly too high on him. But yeah, I'm going to take Scoot with my next pick. Unless Noah takes him, of course. We're in the, what are we in? 11th round. So yeah, we're sort of out of the starters now. So I'm okay with Scoot here because I can drop him into my IR spot. All right, let's go Scoot. 131. I think that's good value for Scoot. Hopefully he misses 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks, a month at the most. And that first month of the season is often a bit of a feeling out period as well. There's going to be some weird results as people adjust their lineups and things like that. There goes Jabari Smith. I was interested in him there. I think my steals are still okay. Assists. Who have I got in my queue? I don't think I can take TJ here. Yeah, there's a couple of injuries. I mean, Kyrie and DeJounte are sitting there. Do I look at someone like a Chris Middleton, who's pretty much expendable? Let's pop him in my queue. At 130, what are we at? 134 for Chris Middleton, forward eligible player. I'll take Middleton. I seem to be getting him in a lot of drafts with my last pick or my second last pick. I know people just aren't sure what he's going to do, and I'm certainly with it. I also wonder how much he's going to play and do, but he's played in the preseason. I'm assuming I don't know whether I'm being too kind here, but I would assume if you're a professional basketball player not named DeAndre Ayton, that you would just be motivated to play wherever you are. They may have said to him, look, we just want you here as a leader. We want you to help us develop these young players, and then we'll get to January and we'll start discussing trades. That could definitely be the case. We'll see. He's got a title. I mean, he's won a title. He's sort of achieved everything he has to. So it's not like he's ring chasing as much as some other players. So I'm okay. Anyway, long way of saying, or long version of me saying that I'm okay with Chris Middleton outside the top 130. And then we are. Let's recap picks. Where did we get up to? Round 11, Ace Bailey went with the first pick. Aaron Gordon, Herb Jones, Bobby Portis, Dante DiVincenzo, Jalen Wells, Jason Tatum, Stephon Castle, Aaron Neesmith, Isaiah Jackson, Scoot Henderson, Jabari Smith. And we are almost at the end of the 12th round. Davion Mitchell, Chris Middleton, Kyrie Irving, Nikola Jovic, Colin Sexton, Eve Messi, VJ Edgecombe, Nemesh Kader, Cam Whitmore, DeAndre Hunter, 2 picks left. Klay Thompson. And the final pick of the 12th round is, drum roll please, very long drum roll. I can't complain. I think I've taken quite a lot of time to make some of my picks as well. I'll have a drink of water while we wait. Ryan Kalkbrenner. Nice. I like that pick. I do. All right. Who are we looking at next? Sensabar. If Sensabar's there, I'll take him. And it does mean, yes, I don't have my second centre, but let's have a look at centres, shall we? Wendell Carter is sitting there. You know what? I'm just going to throw him in my queue because he's actually a pretty good fit for this build. He will hit some threes. He's not great from the free throw line, but he's not terrible. It doesn't get there a lot anyway. Filipowski is another one who is okay. Yeah, there's not much beyond that, though, is there? Al Horford, other than scoring, is a good fit. Jay Huff, if we knew he was going to play 26 minutes, would be a good fit, but I'm not sure he will. So I'm going to go with Bryce Sensabaugh if he is there. And I would immediately go and move Scoot Henderson to my IR spot and pick up Wendell Carter. Pick up Jeremy Sohan. He's also a center eligible player. Now, I hope we're going to come to Noah shortly. I hope he doesn't take Bryce Sensabaugh from me. There goes Mitchell Robinson at 152. Wow. If I was doing my other build, amazing value at that point. I wouldn't have left him that long, to be honest. I would have taken him closer to 100, 120. Dan Titus. Let's see who... We assume it's Dan Titus. And he's thinking... I'll go Sensabaugh or Wendell Carter here, I think. Other names I could consider... Sam Hauser would have been one of them, but he's gone. Dan Titus, taking his time. Or has he just left? Oh, you... I have to talk to some of these guys, don't I? Maybe I try and get a few of them on at the same time and we do a bit of a draft breakdown. They may even, I would assume they're going to cover this on the Rotoworld show as well. All right. So do I go with Wendell Carter here, or do I do what I said I was going to do? I draft a better fit and then pick him up. Look, I am off. I am off the Kings, but Dennis Schroeder with my last pick, starting point guard. I'll go Schroeder, and yeah, if Wendell Carter isn't taken with the last pick here by Puppy Roy, which he was not. Why can't I see that? No, he took DeJounte. Okay. So that last round, we get up to Mage Cater. We got up to Klay Thompson. So we had Kalkbrenner to end the 12th round. We then had Jonathan Kuminga, Malik Monk, Chris Boucher, Adem Bona, Kelly Oubre, Io DeSumo, Sam Hauser, Mitchell Robinson, Bryce Sensabaugh, Keon Ellis, Dennis Schroeder, and DeJounte Murray. I'll recap my team. Or let's have a look at the standings. My total is not going to be great because I punted and it never works for Roto standings. Free throws, I am first pretty comfortably. 3-pointers, I am first pretty comfortably. Points, sort of mid-pack towards the bottom, but I actually think I'm probably better than that. Assists, I am second. Steals, I am second. So other than points, Yahoo sort of agrees with me. Let's run through my team. Where are we? So as you'll see, my centers are empty there. Porzingis would be in, and I will bring Wendell Carter in. Trae Young, Austin Reeves, Tyrese Maxey, OG Anunoby, Kristaps Porzingis, Norm Powell, Jordan Poole. Love those. So all of those picks I'm absolutely fine with. Kevin Porter, Bradley Beal, I didn't like those two picks. Porter, maybe that pick is growing on me. The Beal one I don't like. Case and Wallace, I'm okay with. Scoot, Chris Middleton, and Dennis Schroeder to end out the draft. And let's stop sharing. Let's bring me back in. So look, hopefully that we're bang on an hour, which is about right for a standard kind of a draft. Hopefully you get something out of that. Punting strategies, value, that sort of thing. I will talk to some of these guys now and see if I can get a couple of them on. I don't want to do 4 different shows, but I should be able to get Noah on. I should be able to get Titus on, maybe. If I can get 2 of them at the same time, that would be good. Maybe even 3. I'll see what I can arrange. Again, episode brought to you by FanDuel, brought to you by Fantrax, despite the fact that we drafted on Yahoo. Please go and subscribe to the Old Man Squad YouTube channel. Give this video a thumbs up. Go and find us on the audio platforms. Download everywhere. Thumbs up everywhere. I will let you go. I will let myself go. I'm hungry. I want to eat. This has been Stuff It, a fantasy basketball podcast. I'm Adam King. We are done.